So today I want to focus on another Mermail variant brought to us by Celestios, the same person who brought us the Ice Barrier one last week. This one I think is significantly better than the Ice Barrier one. Has a similar concept to the Ice Barrier one though, basically just to make Mermail as consistent as possible. Last week that variant didn't really work out as well just because a lot of the cards that were put in place to make the deck more consistent weren't always live, which in turn made the deck not as consistent. While this one's a lot more consistent. How many times did I say consistent in this video? I will say though that this variant doesn't have the highest ceiling as compared to like a traditional pure water deck, but it is definitely consistent based on the replays and based off what Celestios and other people in the Discord server has been saying. And it's not like a one-time thing, like he put it together, boom, here we go. He's been testing it for like a week or two now. It's actually pretty decent. So go over the list. Not going to go over the obvious stuff. We have 2 Minstrels here as opposed to 3. This is a very good card. This is post Echo, obviously. I'm personally testing 3 or 2 Minstrel. I'm going back and forth between them a lot. Minstrel's a fantastic card. It allows you to get around Nibiru if they have Nibiru, of course. A lot of people like to compare this to Call by the Grave. As you can notice, we're not seeing Call by the Grave in this deck, and I'll get to the why in a second. I don't think that Minstrel is a straight up replacement for Call by the Grave. I think they're 2 pretty different cards, because the thing with Minstrel is you have to use it preemptively in the event that your opponent has a hand trap. While with Call by the Grave, you just use it when you see the hand trap. Minstrel requires 2 cards, so you have to discard a card to use it, while Call by the Grave is just a 1 card. Minstrel is a Waterloo, which does add to that. You can also use Minstrel to discard Dragoons to get a Dragon Search. Basically, they're both very different cards, however, they do both fulfill the same purpose, so to say, of allowing you to play through certain hand traps, but I don't think one is necessarily better than the other. I don't think one is a replacement for the other. Continuing on though, we have Jet Synchron. This is the only target for Halki Firebrax. The reason why you're playing this as opposed to Fishborg. Fishborg, I guess, could technically work, but you have the Darks here with the Magician Souls, and you get the Magician Souls a lot. So Fishborg won't always be live, meaning it might as well just be an effect filler in that case, because it's just a level 1 tuner. Then we have the Magician Souls target, which is medium with the Ice Barrier. This card's really just there because it's Souls target, but it has a pretty cool effect. So if your opponent has 4 more cards than you do, you can special summon it. Your opponent will activate 1 spell trap each turn. So it's not really that bad if you go second and draw. It's just a beater basically, and it could be like a pseudo floodgate because your opponent activates 1 spell or trap. It's really just there for souls. I know that Celestios and a few other people in the Discord server were testing a card called Exodius. So Exodius, let me just pull it up over here actually. It's a dark monster, which is unfortunate, so it's not a water. But basically, it's an extender, free special summon, that shuffles back your entire graveyard, which is pretty cool. Another card that people were trying out, because it's the level 1 extender, is Jester Conflict. Jester Conflict's a very good extender, in my opinion, and a lot of decks, because you just summon it, and that's it. It's a level 1, it works with Ahashima. This is like Ahashima Turbo, by the way, I don't know if I said that, but that's pretty much the whole point of the deck, and why there's a lot of the level 1 monsters to go with Neptus. So yeah, the Souls, extender, it works well with discarding spell cards. Celestino said this is a very good Ash target, especially when compared to things like Pinpoint Landing and some dead spells you might have, like Deep Sea Aria, which could be dead. Then continuing on, we have Shark Stickers. So Shark Stickers is an interesting card. So I misinterpreted how this card worked. I am pretty sure that this card does not block Ash Blossom if you summon Diva. So what this card does basically, when a fish, sea serpent, or aqua is normal special summoned from the field or on the field, you can special this card from your hand. So the theory that Celestinos brought up was if you normal summon Diva and then special this, you could effectively chain block Ash because Diva's not last in the chain link. But the thing is, since Diva's an optional effect and this is a when effect, I'm pretty sure that if you normal summon Diva and then chain this to summon it, your opponent 1 can still Ash it, and 2, I'm pretty sure Diva would not be able to activate because it would miss timing because it's an optional effect. Don't quote me on that. I'm almost certain that it doesn't block Ash, but I'm not 100% sure on if it does, if you're allowed to summon this and then you don't miss time with Diva. But anyway, it's just a water extender. It's good. Some of these combos have that in mind though, where this card blocks Ash. Take it with a grain of salt. I do think that the idea of if Ash doesn't get stopped by Shark Stickers, that it does hinder Stick a little bit, but it's still a very viable option in my opinion. Then we have 1 Slee Dolphin, which is another decent extender. It's really just here because it's a level 4 Sea Serpent, searchable off Dragoons. Because for some Ahashima plays, you need level 4s, and Dragoons can't search Dragoons, so this is just pretty much a level 4 Sea Serpent. It could pretty much be anything, but it's just the best option. Then we have 3 Aria. So 3 Aria is really cool because if they're dead, you can pitch it off of Souls. And Souls makes Aria alive by just pitching the medium of the Ice Barrier from the deck, which is pretty cool. 1 for 1 is 1 for 1. It's even better in this deck because of Ahashima. Then we have 2 Pinpoint Landing. This is a really interesting card. So it works nicely with Souls. But what it does is when exactly 1 monster special summoned from the hand to the field, you draw a card. That's pretty cool. And then you send it to the graveyard with Souls to draw another card, so you effectively just draw 2 off of this thing. It's a hard once per turn, so you don't play 3. Definitely a cool card. This is a card that when it came out, a lot of people were talking about it for other decks too. And never really saw play, but still a cool card. Then one Upstart in 3, Where Art Thou. Where Art Thou, basically you can Special Souls, Where Art Thou, get Neptibus, normal summon. That's pretty good. Now the extra deck is going to be Dragite 1, Formula Synchron. I don't know if any of the combos that Celestials gave me use Formula Synchron, but pretty much what you do is you just go into this and you can synchro into Crocosaur if you have level 7 on board, which is pretty cool. Crocosaur, level 9 generic tuner. It pops a card basically. That's all you need to know. Then we have Dweller, Shark, Toad. Nothing really too like different here. We have Borrelsaur, which I don't personally think is mandatory in most Mermail builds, but in this variant, Celestino says he goes through a lot, especially after turn 2. Ahashima, of course. Then we have the IP stuff, which is pretty much IP, Nightmare Unicorn, and Trispania. So Trispania was better, I think, when Celestinos was running the Abyss Scale, or what is it called? The Abyss Sphere trap card to special summon one from deck. And then trigger Trispania for things like Eldritch, stuff like that. I don't really see how it's too live in this variant of the deck, to be honest. But it's still a pretty decent generic Link 3 card. And going back to IP, I think IP is just a fantastic option. It's one of those cards where if I had room to play, and if I had one, I would 100% play it with a Unicorn, because I think ending on something like this is just so powerful. So anyway, going into the combo, some of these combos are a little bit more involved. This one's going to be Prince plus Shark Stickers plus any level 1 extender or Where Art Thou. And there's actually quite a few ways to get to level 1 extenders with Souls, with 1-for-1, Pinpoint Landing, drawing into them, and stuff like that. So let's show this combo out, and he said that it's going to end on a, what is it going to end on? Appaloosa or Nibiru plus Moola plus Bahamut or Toad. So basically, if you get Nibiru'd, you could still put up Bahamut Toad, which is something. So let's just go through this really quickly. Just skip the next play. So we're going to get our Neptibus out, and we're going to get our level 1 extender, in this case just a Confit, and then we're going to get the Shark Stickers, and then he just has random cards in his hand just to demonstrate, like, you know, 5-card hand. I think you need one of them for a discard, actually. So, yeah. Normal summon Neptibus, first summon, that's what the counter's for. Send Dragoons, add Minstrel, no, add Lapis Dragon. Lapis Dragon is going to summon itself, and you're going to have that as your second summon. Sticker is going to use the effect after the summon of Lapis Dragon to special summon itself as well for your third summon. And then here you're going to Hulk of Hybrax for your fourth summon, and then Hulk is going to summon out Jet Synchron as your fourth summon. So this play right here forces the Nibiru right here. If they have Nibiru, they have to use it here. If they don't have Nibiru, you are free to go into, and he's going to slam in the chat if you want to read that, you're free to go into your Appaloosa, and then you're free to drop a Moulin Glacia in the second one to get the Ahashima out. So you're going to summon the Jester Config. Jester Config is going to, or you're going to summon Jester Config, use the effect of Jet Synchron and bring it back by discarding whatever you have in your hand, and then you're going to link them into your Ahashima. Ahashima is going to activate Special Summon Dragoons from hand, Special Summon Dragoons from graveyard, overlay immediately into Bahamut Shark, and then use Bahamut Shark's effect to get a Toad. Well, after you detach the Dragoons, you're also going to search for a Moulin, I'm pretty sure, and then just drop the Moulin. So this is a pretty decent board. You have a Moulin for 3, a Totally Awesome, and a discard. Unfortunately, you can't link the Ahashima away. It would be so cool if you could, like, say, link Ahashima and this into something. You can't link the IP because IP can't use a link. But just to demonstrate what this deck can do a little bit. And then we have another combo here. This is going to be Souls plus Deep Sea Aria plus Where Art Thou. So a 3-card combo. I don't think I've actually seen this one yet. But let's take a look at this one. Let's just skip until we get to what we need in our hand. That's a really good hand. So Where Art Thou plus Magician Souls plus a... Wait, Pinpoint Landing. Wait, why is it Pinpoint Landing? Oh, showcasing what Souls does in this deck, not a combo, just synergy. Okay, so interesting. Pinpoint Landing. You're going to use Souls. You're going to send the Medium of the Ice Barrier. Special Souls. Pinpoint Landing is going to activate. You're going to draw a card. And then you're going to use Magician Souls to send the Pinpoint Landing and draw another card. And then you're going to activate Where Art Thou, get the Neptibus. You don't have to take life points for this, I'm pretty sure, because you're going to summon the Neptibus. Yes, you don't have to do that. Okay, good, perfect. Summon Neptibus, use the effect. Send Dragoons, add Minstrel. Gonna use Minstrel's effect. Discarding Dragoons, going to probably get a Lapis Dragon. Yeah, get a Lapis Dragon. Lapis is going to summon itself. And then you're going to go into Halki Fibrax, I'm guessing. You're going to Aria first, okay. Banishing the Medium. Getting the Dolphin. Okay, so that way you have a target in hand for Ahashima. Then you're going to summon Hulk, I'm guessing. Leaving the Souls on board. So that way you get another water, I guess, maybe for Moulin. I don't know if this variant summons Moulin. I'm going to bring out the level 1. So you have Ahashima live. Summon the Ahashima. Use the effect of Ahashima. Summon Dolphin. Summon the Dragoons, overlay immediately into Bahamut Shark. Sorry if you hear my clicks, by the way, I'm just clicking next play over and over again. Discard Dragoons, going to summon the Totally Awesome. Dragoon's going to get Mullen, and that's going to be 5 waters, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you're going to summon the Mullen Glacia. So, here you can't go into Appaloosa, unfortunately, because Ahashima can't be linked. This really isn't that... Oh, no, you can. Okay, you can. Okay, because we have the Jet Synchron. Okay. I was going to say, without Appaloosa, this board doesn't really seem that great. Oh, they go to IP. Okay, that's fine, too. So you can just IP in this into Unicorn or whatever next turn if you have, because you're going to have a card in your hand. Or Interspania or whatever. So, or you could have went to Appaloosa. So that's really not that bad. The only issue I'm seeing with this variant, though, is I don't know if the end boards are strong enough. Like, sure, it's very consistent. You can get to these boards a lot. A lot of the things... This deck kind of plays kind of like Pendulum in the sense that, you know, Pendulum doesn't typically have many, like, 2-card combos or 1-card combo. It's just like, oh, look at my hand, I can do this. And with the 5 cards allotted to you, you can just make these really ridiculous boards, unlike a deck like this or Salamander, which are more like 1 to 2-card combos, stuff like that. Or when I say this, I mean traditional Mermail. So this one is going to be a 2-card combo. This is going to be just Souls plus Aria, I'm pretty sure. And it's going to be post-Eternity Code as well, I believe. So let's see what we got here. Let me just fast forward until we get to the cards that we need in our hand, which are going to be... What is it going to be? Magician Souls plus Aria. Hopefully it's like actually just a straight 2-card combo. I don't know why he's putting 3 Arias in hand. And a Jet. I guess he just wants to simplify that, like, you're going to have 5 cards going first, but you only need 2 of these. Souls is Ash Bait. Oh, okay. So I guess he's going to assume that the Souls can get Ash in a second here. I don't think I've saw this one either. So he's going to discard the Arias, and then he's going to pretend like he got Ashed. Okay, I understand. So his Ash got Soul because he would have drawn 2. Makes sense. Play the Aria to get rid of the medium that you sent off of Souls, which I guess is one of the plus sides of playing this over Exodius, is because this is the water for Aria. I'm going to get Deep Sea Diva, so since your Souls got Ashed, you don't have to worry about Diva getting Ashed, I guess. That's pretty cool. Use Diva's effect, bring out the Neptibus. Neptibus, send Dragoons, add Minstrel, Minstrel summon, probably going to bring out a Mullen, yeah. Take a card from your hand off the Minstrel. Link it to Hulk. Hulk, bring out the Jet Synchron from your hand. We have to do that first for the Mullen, but, you know, doesn't really matter. And he says Hulk first, of course, yeah. And you're going to link into Appaloosa. And that's it. So, that didn't really seem that great, to be honest. It's pretty much just an Appaloosa. And, you know, your opponent just plays Ridden Chalice, which I know is not a very common card, but just an example. And you kind of just lose. Again, I feel like the thing with this variant is that these combos aren't as explosive. They're not as big as like a traditional pure water variant like I would play are. But it can just do it so consistently. And if you have an actual 5-card hand, you can go farther. So I didn't see this one yet either. But this is a full hand post-Echo. And let's see what the hand is. Actually, I think I did see this, and it was like a really ridiculous hand, but it didn't end on a great board. So yeah, this is an amazing hand. Diva, Teus, Aria, Extender, Neptibus, like, really, like, there's a, you could hand loop with this hand, you could do a lot with this hand. Let's see what he does, though. So he's going to summon Diva, of course, going to chain the Stickers. Now, again, I am not 100% sure how this works, but I am... From what I read, this shouldn't work. I haven't seen specific examples of Diva plus Stickers, but I have seen other examples of normal summon on effect plus Extender when normal summon, where the normal summon wouldn't be able to activate. Either way, if this was the 10E water, it would work the same thing. Just special 10E water, summon this, bring this out. Except you wouldn't be able to dodge Ash, assuming this is able to dodge Ash, which I don't think it is. Anyway, doesn't really matter for this combo. So Neptibus effect, send Dragoons, add Dragoons. Adding Minstrel. Minstrel's effect, I guess I'm going to activate here. Going to rip the Nibiru if they have it. Then bring out the Mullen Glacia. And then you should be able to link 2 into Hulk. And then I think Mullen's live here. There's the Jet Synchron. There's the Mullen. Okay, so discard 2 cards out of their hand. Very good. Going to use Aria. Going to remove the Minstrel. Getting another Dragoons for Ahashima, I'm guessing. Or just to make Teus live. At least a little bit better. Getting Pike for the Ahashima, I'm guessing, and the Dolphin. I don't think you really need the Dolphin, but okay. I'm gonna link 2, go to Ahashima. Ahashima's gonna summon 1 from hand, 1 from grave. going to get out your Bahama Shark and go into your Totally Awesome. Oh, but first off, you're going to summon back the Jet Synchron. Okay. And then you're going to Appaloosa, I'm guessing. Or IP. Or okay. For that. Then you're going to detach, summon the Toad, and get the Megalo. Okay. And that's it. So, I think you could have went to Appaloosa there, and it would have been Appaloosa, Toad, plus a double discard. Which, again, like, the thing with this variant is, if you want like a too long didn't watch, I think it's pretty good. Is it the best variant? I don't know yet. Is it the variant that I'm going to play? No. Why do I not want to play this variant? Magician Souls. That's the biggest reason. This card's really expensive. I don't want to buy this card and then be like, oh hey, I can play this variant, and just spend too much money on this deck when I can just play the pure water variant. And also, if the shark stickers thing doesn't work how Celestinos thinks it works, where it can block Ash and you can special it off of Diva and not miss timing, then I feel like that does hurt the deck to a point where it's like, why even play shark stickers? Just play like the 10E water, because the 10E water would possibly function a bit better because it's a level 4 more Ahashima. It's a fun variant. I think it's pretty cool. I think it's worth looking into. It's definitely better than the Ice Barrier variant, and I think that can be definitely improved upon going forward, because when this variant first started out, this was actually a Shaddoll variant, believe it or not. Celestino showed me like a Shaddoll list that played a bunch of Shaddoll cards, played Magician Souls, stuff like that, and then eventually trimmed it down to just be basically Magician Souls level 1 Mermail with Ahashima. So, again, let me know what you think in the comments down below. I think it's pretty good. I think it's definitely better than the Dragonlink variant that I showed off, if that means anything. Other than rambling, leave a like if you enjoy, subscribe if you're new. For the rest of your day, I'll see you all next time, and bye-bye.